Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and today we're going over for the first time to Two Roads in CT, which is Connecticut, I think, over in the States. And yeah, this is the Honeyspot Road IPA, unfiltered IPA with wheat. Here's to tasting or to taking the road less travelled in life and in beer. And that's a great way to look at it. I like trying new beers from breweries that I've heard of before and breweries that I might not have heard of before. I like the variety, and in this day and age, at this point in time, I think internationally we've just got so much fantastic beer domestically and internationally at our disposal, and I think it's only just good. It's probably going to get to the point where there's too much range. Imagine a world where there's too much beer available. But yeah, so this is Two Roads Honeyspot IPA, clocking in at 6% ABV in a 355ml can. Best before is the 9th of the... I thought in the previous take of this video I'd scratched off the bloody import sticker. So best before date is the 9th of July 2018, and this beer was packaged on the 19th of October 2017. Not too bad. It's not, super fresh, but it's not too far gone, I'd imagine. Plus, being in a can, it helps preserve it that little bit more. But that being said, I've had much older IPAs and pale ales, and the hops are just still so vibrant. So I've got high hopes for this, and yeah, I picked this up in my local booths. They had a range of about 3 or 4 of their beers. I know they definitely had their Saison, which I was like, and a Session IPA, which I was like, but they might have had other beers. I can't really remember. But yeah, I think I paid £1.90 for this, for an imported American beer from a brewery that I've heard a hell of a lot about. And yeah, so I get to try them, and we'll see how this one goes. And I don't think I've actually had an American IPA for a fair bit, mainly just European stuff. Not that that really matters. So let's see what we get here then. I'll pour it all in so we can get the nose in there. But yeah, it's definitely hazy. It's not like a juice bomb or haze for days type of fur. But yeah, you definitely can tell that there's extra wheat in there. I think they put both raw and malted wheat in the beer itself. In fact, I know that they do because it said on the sticker covering the best before date, and this is imported by James Clay. But yeah, it's got that sort of like lemon and honey, like cough sweet look to it. Sort of like Lockets in the UK, and like reminds of like Lemsip as well, the medicine. But yeah, lovely sort of yellowy vibrancy to it. Beer didn't really pour with too much of a head, just a lining of a maybe, well, I'd say that's pretty much as white as it gets, like my channel. But yeah, looks absolutely wonderful, doesn't it? Let's see what we get on the nose. And this is a lovely, like, mango tropical aroma there. Not really like in your face or anything like that, but nice and juicy. In fact, it's a very juicy IPA. Lovely sort of like watermelon character in there. That Rancher's fruit pastel, sort of like starburst, jelly sweet. Lovely sweetness in general in this. Then you get that sort of like porridginess, like a sweetened porridge. Big hit of lemon in there. Almost has like the same smell as like a pear drop sweet as well. And then you get like that citrusy, orangey, grapefruity sort of character. It's, the usual suspects, but there's just this like real sense of like lightness in a vibrant sense, if that makes sense. I'm sure there'll be like 1 or 2 people, very special people, who know what I mean when I say that. yeah, I really like that. It's a really nice one. It's almost got that sort of like basil sort of character as well. So a little bit herbal. Anyway, smells really nice. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. That is really nice. Um, for having like extra wheat and advertising that it's had a bit more wheat in it, surprisingly light on the body, but it makes for an actually more satisfying drinking experience. That's sort of like that, you've got like a cordial drink, and you've put some fizzy water in there instead of normal water. But yeah, very, very subtle bitterness on this beer. Really, really nice. And you know what? I am getting like that sort of like honey and lemon sort of cough medicine flavour from it. But it's actually really quite nice. So crushable at 6% as well. Yeah, this is definitely a fruit bowl IPA. Lovely tropical tones. Has that slight breakfast juice flavour to it, but nowhere near what you'd get from like a on trend New England style or Vermont style IPA. But do you know what? That's absolutely lovely. It's so fruity, but it's got like this sense of like simpleness and honesty about it. Bitterness picking up in residually as you're drinking it. I will say that. Lovely grapefruit flavour. Let's get the rest of that in there. Quite carbonated, but not too much. There we go. I think that's about as much we're going to get. Like we said, once that foam subsided, I'll tomorrow throw the can away, and there'll still be like at least a good mouthful of beer in there. I hate that when that happens, when you're pretty much wasting like tiny little sips of beer, but you're wasting beer nonetheless. And I've realised just how terrible my hair is. This beanie was supposed to mask that I'd not washed my hair, but it just sort of makes it that much more obvious. But yeah, as you saw, head nice and bright, and yeah, that's clouded up a fair bit more now that all that stuff is in there. It's like more breadiness, a little bit more herbal spiciness as well, with all of that beer in the glass. Yeah, it's a really nice beer. It's not blowing me away, but it's actually a really satisfying drinking experience. And it's that sort of like weird like honey lemon character in this that really lets this beer shine. Really nice, bright, zesty, pithy. It's got a zing to it. And yeah, it's one that I would happily drink again. The body almost makes it feel like a higher quality session style beer, and you could definitely get yourselves into trouble with this one. Get a little bit too carried away, but it's not a hophead's wet dream or anything like that. But do all IPAs have to be like stupidly hopped? Can't they just be nice and simple and have that nice fruitiness? I think this does that, but just pushes it a little bit more. But it's not like going full, juice bomb. And I think there's still a place for IPAs like this. Do you know what I mean? Just nice to kick back with, nice and simple. It's one of those IPAs that you can do a review of, but at the same time, you could just the simplicity and quality of the beer just makes it for a beer to buy a 4-pack of and chug it. The Super Bowl's just been on, and I could have happily, if I'd have been interested in the Super Bowl, just sessioned on that. It's one of those sorts of beers. It's going to go well with like really nice spicy chicken wings. Perfect beer to complement a pizza, like a meat feast pizza, like perfect burger. Basically all the foods that aren't really that good for you. This is going to complement it. So in terms of rating then on Two Roads Honeyspot Road IPA, I'm going to give this one a very solid 8 out of 10. What a nice introduction to a brewery that I've wanted to try for quite a while. And how weird is it that those medicinal qualities in the beer actually make it that much more satisfying for me? If medicine tasted like this, I'd be, going outside with my hair wet and just getting the colds every day, baby. Colds every day. If that was what medicine tasted like. But yeah, so you've weird segment. If you've tried this beer, as always, let me know your thoughts, opinions. Are you a fan of the brewery? Give me some suggestions for beers that I should look out for. Of course, if any friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed this one, their links are going to be included down below. Check out Two Roads, check out my IPA playlist, and more importantly, I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. Cheers.